Yo, 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 yo. This is L Rock, executive producer of the Legendary Dope Show. Tonight, what are we talking about tonight, Alicia Michelle?
We are talking about high valued men and high valued women.
High valued men and high valued women. Hello, everybody. We are motherfucking back. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, lovely Alicia Michelle.
So excited to be back. We're back. So yeah, let's just kind of get into it. I figured out that I would do this topic first because it has been high on my mind because I just am so confused, really. So I'm hoping with this show we'll find some clarity of like what is really the basis of a high valued man or a high valued woman. Another topic when it comes to the high valued man or high valued woman is Kevin Samuels, who is deceased now. He was a YouTuber who kind of took the concept of the high valued woman and made it into his main platform of what he always talked about. So he got a lot of flack to where people were like, hated him and were happy that he was dead because the message that he was putting across as being what a high value man is looking for women, basically telling women that they're not desirable to a high valued man. Another reason why this topic has come up to me is I have met girls who have tied high value men and women into like if that like bringing out their femininity, um, describing a high valued man who is like this all masculine male. Um, I feel like I've seen this on Facebook. There was a post and it lives in my head for rent free
I
forever.
think that you're going to say the same thing I'm thinking of.
So, and it's imagine if a man needed a woman to bring out his masculine side.
Yes, man.
Like that lives in my head rent free because it's always like there's always this topic of a man has to bring out my feminine side. What?
Oh, I need a masculine man so I can be a feminine woman.
So, and I've seen like, other podcasts and, others just clips of visuals where people are just like, there's so many different, it's all over the place. So, we're going to get into that today. That is what we're going to talk about. So, let's start off with what I found the definition of a high valued woman or man is someone who is confident in themselves, someone who is, um, someone who is recognized by other high valued individuals. Also, money was a part of it. Well, Google didn't include money,
What do you mean by money?
like as status,
Oh, okay.
having money as status,
Okay.
being comfortable in your skin, not being needy, not being too clingy, being the all over masculine or feminine individual. That's what Google says. Now, Kevin Samuels says it has to do with what you look like, your money status, uh, is basically like what you attract. Or another thing that Google had said was the um, the high value man or woman does not seek, they attract. So if you are considered a high value man or woman, you better not be out here chasing nothing. You're just letting it come to you. So a lot of people had flack about Kevin Samuels because he was like basically he like found women on the internet who were like, "Oh, I want a man with an 800 credit score. I want a man with six-pack abs. I want a man who makes over 200K a year." They had all of these list of demands, but they didn't meet any of those demands themselves,
Which is crazy.
which is crazy because you'll see people like Dr. Umar who is like, "Oh, Kevin Samuels was just with everything that's what's wrong with society," but society is society. We have to be truthful here. We have to be honest with ourselves because when a man has money, and I don't want to be like the type of person who's like, oh, if you're fat or if you're considered obese or if you're too skinny or you don't have the perfect body that you don't deserve a high valued man.
Not at all the case.
Like that's not the case because people like what they like. I feel like if you're high valued, you get whatever you want. You can be picky in that right. So not everybody wants somebody with a BBL. Not everyone wants a woman who, looks like a supermodel.
Shit, not everybody's even worried about your physical appearance.
Exactly. I feel like a high valued man isn't worried about those things. If he's confident in himself, I think he just wants a woman that is going to be ultimately there for them, someone who is more of an asset as opposed to a liability.
The asset one, that's my favorite.
Yeah, like just being someone who is not going to be getting in the way of you being great. I think that a lot of people who are successful, they value their time, their space, their their privilege to be able to move how they want to move. And so someone who is attracted to them would have to understand that.
I agree. Definitely agree.
So when it comes to a high value woman, I have also seen like clips of, so I saw a clip of a girl eating a salad at dinner. She wasn't allowed to finish her plate, and she wasn't allowed to eat anything that was gluttonous in nature.
What do you mean by that?
Like she was
allowed
eating,
to.
she was like, it wasn't considered high value if she ate
All her food?
all of her food. And I'm like, what? That's what I'm saying. The conceptions of like what is considered high value is so washed through
Like person to person?
Yes.
Because that's fucking crazy.
It is
I just watched a
it-
video last night where this dude was cooking this girl some food, and she was like, "Why are you making me food? I'm not even hungry." And he was like, "Girl, you ain't ate since 6 o'clock." Like, damn, 6 o'clock this morning? Damn. Yeah, make her some food, nigga.
Please, she has to be hungry. Maybe he knows what you need. You need to nourish your body. But yeah, so it's just like different. Like I see there's different concepts of what is considered high value for men or women. Also, it's big that they connect femininity with attracting. I see all these girls are like, I want a man that's able to let me be feminine. I don't need a man to make me feminine. Like,
Right, you should be already feminine, bitch. What the hell?
like
I need to make you that? Your mom made you feminine. You're a woman.
right? And so it's like, it's crazy because I go to school and I've taken like communication classes and we talk about like traits of like femininity and masculinity, and there's this big debate about who can be feminine and who can be masculine, and that they're just traits. So if a man is like he cries or he's sensitive, he's considered more feminine than he is masculine. And then like certain things of like self-construct, where as a baby, the first thing you know is like wearing pink clothes is
Is a
associated
girl.
with being a girl, and blue is as a boy. But a long time ago, it was the opposite.
Was it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I learned this in class.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
the opposite.
What class is this?
This was communications.
Okay, I'm just curious.
So it was the opposite. Boys wore pink and girls wore blue.
In the beginning.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
So they tried to figure, like, basically pink and blue for girls and boys. It turned into like, anything that corporate America can do to make money. They capitalize on femininity and masculinity.
That's wild.
So for a woman to be like, I need a man to bring out my feminine side, I'm assuming it's because they feel like, oh, I always get this picture in my head like yesterday, me at home, I got a new couch. So I get a new couch. It's 4 pieces. It's in a box. I got to put it together. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my couch together. But I think that a woman, another woman who's like, oh, that's not considered feminine. Like, it's just what had to be done. Like,
Right.
That doesn't make me less feminine. It means that I'm like, just
Capable.
dope. The
Just
fuck? I'm
capable.
capable. And I feel like being feminine is being capable of many things.
And I also think a lot of women confuse just having to do something with being masculine or feminine. Like, nigga, you're not less masculine because you have to fold clothes or wash dishes or something.
Right.
Like, nigga, you have to fold clothes, like, unless they're gonna just be sitting there. That's the. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Which is a common thing. What I've seen on social media, I've seen so many jokes about how the clothes just don't get folded. Like, oh, we'll just save that for another day.
And that's not just niggas. That's bitches and niggas.
Right? If you're a person and an adult, you have clothing unless you're taking it to get dry cleaned or you have a service. Like, who's gonna fold them?
Right.
So I think it's, I feel like the woman who's asking for that high value man is trying to be like, they're trying to go back to the 50s where women were just housewives.
Money don't mean shit to a nigga who got money. 50,000 in the safe, get you killed with the sock money. What you got from me? Yeah, what you got from me? send a drop for me. Pay the bills, written re-up with a little sack money. Sack money. Sack money. Sack money. Get your kip sack money.